Possibly one of the greatest internet videos ever.
All right, welcome again to Precision Racing League. Here we are, January 24th, 2012. We're at the Suzuka Circuit in Japan, and of course, a little tribute to Turning Japanese. Here we are on the first installation lap. Again, having a problem with a few of the members with connection issues, so we had to reconnect. And I think we got out of order, so we had to do an installation lap here on lap 1. Of course, the race will start on lap 2. And, of course, here we're qualifying, and Whittod, or TW here, doing the narration. Qualifying 9th. Disappointing qualifier. Had a little bit of crash, or had a crash or something on the front stretch. Hitting something, causing the car to destroy itself, so I had to sit out the qualifying session. But was the 9th at that point. So I think we actually lost Dusty here in Sayaka. And of course, you can hear some chatter in the background here. So we do have some audio to this Afterburn 2.2 version, and of course, recording here on Camtasia. So here we're trying to get alignment for the opening lap. So I think we're actually qualifying, bumping up to 8th since Dusty was out, and then of course, I think it was myself, Corey. Yeah, there's Dusty. He gets dropped. Dusty racing out of Brazil, so again having connection issues. Corey here in 7th, Cedros, and of course we pile up right here, and I think Phil is, I'm not sure why we're piling into that corner there. Phil, of course, is in 6th, and I think that leaves Eric, Disco Potato, up there, as well as Skelly Telly, rather, and Disco, and then of course Moogles, Michael, and of course Pink Tag taking the pole here. Okay, so here we're in alignment. We can listen to some of the chatter.
What spot did you qualify in then?
So I'm in 5th now. It's fine. One up.
Still some confusion here on what everybody qualifies. I think anytime we have anybody enter the race, and when they get dropped, it ends up wrecking the qualifying order. So we really do have to fix that, or a little frustrating. We always like to do standing starts if we can get it, but kind of lose the whole joy of the game. But rolling is better than nothing. Okay, so here we taking the green flag right here, and trying to get Cedros here to pull up here. I don't know what he's waiting for, but I can't pass him until the flag, until the line here. Oh, deep right there.
Watch it, we're on the same team.
Yes, we are on the same team, so always want to make sure you don't take your teammate out, especially on this first lap of the race. So here we're kind of settling in. I think I'm waiting to put the move on Corey here. Feeling pretty confident. Out of all the tracks I've raced over the years, this is one that I've always used for testing, so I'm pretty familiar with the track, pretty comfortable with it. We just still have to drive it. Little curves right here to get by my teammate. Again, Bryce is out of the event here, so Corey is back. Cedros and a fast donut, or is it a fat donut? He is out now doing some school, so he'll be back maybe with us at another time. Okay, so here we are on lap 2. Again, I'm trying to chase down Skelly. Skelly Telly, of course, is ahead of me in the overall seasons points, so I have to stay close to him. Try to get some points on him. At this point, I really have no idea how the race is going to turn out. Really didn't practice all week again. Just showed up this evening, did some laps. Of course, I'm familiar with the track. An hour before I can run through my normal routine settings and try to get it. There's Skelly, goes a little wide here. End up fouling him off. So this is where I have to keep him close. You know what they say, keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer, right? Well, in this case, he is the enemy because he has the points ahead of me, so I'm trying to get him right here, although I touch him, and give him a little bit of a boot there. I'm not sure I actually gave him an apology there. Well, him and I were duking it back and forth here a couple laps. Again, we'll try to keep this one video 15 minutes or less here, so we'll probably speed through, fast forward some of the screenshots here.
We've got to find a way past. We're being held up.
And you can see, of course, on the left-hand lower left, we do have the track map here, so you can see Phil is that Phil? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's an opportunity right there. Okay, this is R1. What's the corner? Yeah, this is a full flat-out corner here if you can. First, trying to catch the chicane here, just trying to let it roll. Pink tank 131.237 for the fast lap of the opening race. Opening few laps here. Okay, now watch this by Scully. Nice move right here. Nice pass there, Scully. Yeah, very easy to get. You get off of one apex on that, and the S's here. It takes you out the second one, so you got to keep this tidy. Probably shifting a little too much right there. Again, starting on the option tire here, as you can see by the yellow print on the tires here. Yeah, just before the, and I tried to get him right here. Under braking, but just wasn't close enough, so I didn't want to touch them. Just under the initial practice, was doing some quick times. I was able to. I usually have been loading up my competitors' lap times and then trying to see if I can stick with them. But I was able to do I think a 128 or something on the proving ground, so that gave me some reassurance. It's always a little different when you're running full tanks. Okay, problem right here. Not sure what the problem is. Let me stop right here. Computer's choking right here. Don't know why. Okay, heavy braking right here. Now, of course, we have, is that Phil up front? Yeah, it's Phil. Not sure why the computer is hesitating here. Okay, we got DRS on, so I have a DRS activated, KERS activated. I have to hit the DRS here again. I had to hit that button. Yeah, I go a little wide right there. I didn't like that. Yeah, lost a little downforce, I think. Because I looked down to see if the DRS, or something happened where it distracted me, so I have to reel these guys in again. Yeah, I seem in the first couple laps here, I was able to close a little bit on these S's here, so I felt that a little more speed. And of course, the pit box was telling me that I was a little faster in that sector. Okay, there's Skelly, just rides right off, so he gives me a position there. Phil goes a little wide right here, so that's 2 positions right there. So that was a big give me right there, and that really set up my whole evening here at this point. Moves you right up to 5th spot. At this point, again, with 5 laps in. I think the default pit stops were at 6th position. I think we talked initially between myself and Corey about whoever was first would take the first pit spot, first pit stop, but I think what I commented was I just want to stay out and match pace. Yeah, last few races I've been staying out and just matching the pace. I don't. For some reason I changed the default settings of that pit stop, and then it doesn't like the strategy and it kicks it out. So I just basically make my tire selection, let it default to the actual number of stops I need, and then of course I just do manual stops as I see fit. There's not really having any testing in to know how far the tires can last. We just know they usually
Behind is on standard revs. Car behind is running standard revs.
will go a few laps longer than what your scheduled pit stop is. So, and after a while, just starting used to the game of actually feeling the tires go away, and of course that allows you to stay out maybe a few laps longer. So at this point, I have a nice little gap here, lap 6 here. I think what I'll do is I'll speed it up. Of course, to the lower left corner, we can see the back markers in the back, and of course, I think Disco is right up here. So we'll see if I can speed up just a little bit here.
You're 5 seconds ahead of the next car.
Okay, so I'm going to try to speed up here.
I'm out, guys.
Okay, we're going to back it up just a little bit here. Yeah, this is where Disco...
You need to pit in this lap. You're 5 seconds ahead of the next car.
Yeah, I believe they've been... well, I've had that... I think I had that default corner on. Copper plate destroys the car.
Great move. Great.
I'm out, guys.
Okay, so Copper destroys his car and then going into the pits or something. I think is what I heard in the radio. So that's going to bring out a safety car here. So at this point,
Car deployed.
yeah, right away I'm thinking, okay, we can pit here under yellow, and not, of course, anytime you can pit under yellow, I think that's going to help you versus pitting under green. So at this point, I have to put the hammer down to try to catch up right away, which I think is something I didn't do in the past. I would kind of take my time around and, you know, you got to keep pressing, right? You got to get in that pit box as soon as possible. Of course, Light is right behind me. I'm not sure. He must have pitted under green. So then, of course, I realize at this point, too, that he pit under green. I don't have to. Of course, he's a little bit faster than I am, so that may not make a difference. But track position is everything. And, of course, if you can pit under yellow versus green, that might play into the end of the race. Of course, all those scenarios are running through my head here, but I just have to watch it. Try to keep it on the track.
Renault's pit crew are getting ready for a stop. One of their drivers is coming in. Don't forget, pit in this lap.
Yeah, it looks like about 12 minutes into the video here, so we're going to run past one video. Maybe one. Yeah, for some reason there, for some reason I thought the pit was at the end there, and I went a little wide, and then I could finally dive in the pit there. So my mistake. Okay, so at this point we dive in for the pits here, and of course we're just changing tires. I can also notice that I'm plus 3 laps on the fuel, so I need to probably turn up the fuel to rich. I think I eventually do that. Again, getting my head into the game here, finally getting my mind right about the strategy.
There's some traffic at the pit exit. Watch out as you rejoin the track.
Okay, then Sebastian, we lost him too, so he's out. Having some steering wheel problems. So again, every race we do here in Precision Racing League, someone has some issues, so they got to get those ironed out. Not too much you can do for connection issues, but when it comes to steering wheel hardware issues, we can certainly fix that.
Overtaking the safety car.
Again, this is the week after the Singapore race, which we had to disqualify because we had definitely some problems with that Singapore race last week. So I don't even have a video to show you from that one. So it was all messed up. Okay, so we'll try to catch up here lap 8. We'll see if we can catch up here to the start again.
Middle of sector 1.
Okay, so here we're finally getting all together again for the restart. I think we'll come around here, speed up just a bit.
Okay, it looks like the car ahead is trying to create a gap. He's running.
Okay, so here's the start of the race. Someone goes wide here. I follow him right off. Hate when that happens.
We think the car behind is running on full revs. He's trying to close the gap.
That is Eric Disco Potato.